What's up, everybody? It's the Solution Artist, Bobby at Parihar, coming to you guys live on a really powerful, super sunny day here. It's August. I love it when the sun is shining outside. These are like the final days of like the true summer. I wanted to come live to you guys, spend some time with you guys, just really share into the love and into the power of what we've got before us, guys. It's so super nuts. And I was looking at my plate. Okay, so you're like, well, let's see my plate. What do you mean plate? But first of all, we should introduce my kids. It's just sitting in the back. We had Tala's birthday earlier in the month, so we did a Spider-Man pinata, or as I like to call this, my bargaining tool, because it's got lots of candies in it still. Because they know I'm just going to let my kids run off with a big thing of candy. Daddy needs his candies too. And so it's basically sitting in my room, and every so often when they're really good, I give them little lollipops, and they sit down real nice. And here's my cute kids. They're sitting there in the back. Do you guys want to wave? Can you wave, Jed? Oh, there's a dog there too. Yeah, they're just chilling. It's funny for that one moment of quietness, and then the sugar kicks in, and then they're just gonna start running around. And Kimmy's like, "No, don't give your kids candies." With the angry face. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's all good, guys. You gotta live a little. You gotta have some fun. You absolutely have to enjoy yourselves. But yeah, so I was like, putting this together. I wonder if I even still have this properly sitting here. Where was it? I'm gonna pull up my Google sheet here. I was writing things out, and I'm like, I got so many cool things on the go, and I wanted to spend a little bit of time. I am masterminding. I know I probably shouldn't do this, but I wanted to just share with you guys what was actually on the, like, these are like the trailers. This is like basically, oh, coming soon to a website near you, and like, all these cool little bits and pieces that you're going to get a chance to see next. Of course, as always, I wanted to do some quick numerology readings. So in case you wanted to pop someone's birthday down or pop yours in, I'm just going to read them as I get through them in the comments. Great to see you, Siddiq, Joanne, Jace. What's up, Sarah, Kimmy, Steve, my brother? Hope you guys are doing absolutely amazing. Steve, hope it's a powerful day for you, my good bro. But yeah, if you guys want to get a little bit of numbers, insight into the people that you love, would absolutely love to do that for you. Hey, Felicia, what's going on? Welcome to the live. So let's take a look at the plate. This is my spinning plates of things I'm going through in my life. I would also like to just quickly let you know that when you have your session with me, when we get a chance to work together, and I share with you the insights to your numerology and your chart and your birthday, you are no longer the same person. Okay, so just so you know, you're no longer the same person, because now you have a place to put all of these different little pieces of you there, okay? So Joanne, let's do Joanne's here. I'm just gonna quickly pull this up. And yeah, this is an in-depth conversation that we're just gonna take a quick little scratch on by just looking at your birthday, okay? So we see here the 1st of July, 1971, right? 1977, 8, 9. 1971. Okay, that's a lot of sevens and a lot of ones. Hey, you notice that? You guys understand this? Sort of like the pattern is already starting to show up there. When we see all these numbers that are coming in together, we start to get ideas around how this person operates their life. So Joanne, and you obviously already know this because you've been living this your whole life. There are pieces in here that make you up. So in case you're like, what is this numerology stuff? Hey, Jessica, what's up, Shannon? Because you guys, like, let's say Shannon and Jess are like, what really happens inside of numerology? Oh boy, and they want to decide to call me right now. Let's see if I can do this. Hey there, Bobby speaking. Hey, buddy, how's it going, man? Sweet. Okay, cool. We'll be there. Have a great day. All right, take care, buddy. Nice, my car is done. My car is done. So I'm just gonna dance because my car is done. Someone ran into me, and I was like, really? You gonna do that to my brand new car? Like, what are you doing? And then next thing you know, they fixed it. So I'm really happy in about half an hour. I'm gonna get a chance to go pick it up. What? Okay, cool. So Joanne, let's get back to focus here. These sevens speak to intuition. They speak to a power of awareness and like this deeper thought. Okay, so there's going to be a quiet part of you, a part of you that's very reflective, and it's very intuitive. Like you know stuff without having to know things. Then we see ones in your chart that say things like leader, independent, doesn't need to follow the crowd, would be its own like trendsetter or wants to go in its own direction. So you get these two numbers that are like, I'm independent and I don't want to be here, so I'm going to go somewhere else. So they can get sick and tired of your shit pretty quickly. That's like a really big reality that comes in there. But there's also a really, really, really big level heart underneath it all. So there's a really strong sense of, I got to take care of the world. I got to take care of others. I want to help people. I want to go to the bigger side of my life. We put all these together and it comes up to a number that says magnetism and wealth. So clearly you're going to look towards being an entrepreneur, but then you're going to struggle finding the right words, even though you know what to say. It feels like you just can't say it. And there's that challenge that grows in there, of course, pre-name. With a good name inside, this magnetizes your intuition, your business sense, your clarity, your vision, as well as your service to the planet. So when I put numbers together, we get a chance to tell this story. It goes deeper and deeper and deeper. And when you were a kid and when you were an adult, and then now when you're growing into yourself or growing into the next stage or whatever it is that you're growing into your business or through marriage and your middle names, and it starts to unfold so many cool pieces that it's just such a wonderful thing to have. So, Joanne, I appreciate you joining us here. Jessica, I've been waiting to do this, so let's do this, okay? I just got a new car too. My first worst fear. Oh, and we were at the stop, and I'm ready to go to the next, I'm the intersection, and then we're at a stop, and then a lady just like starts moving her car to change lanes, and I'm like, no, 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 no. And then I couldn't find the hammer horn button. I was pressing all the little stupid buttons on the side. I got a 2019 4Runner. So here I am, like black on black, just super style and fresh. And then this lady's like, and I'm like, no. So it's only about an hour to go before I get it back, and that's why I took that call. But yeah, no, it was so painful. Okay, so Jessica, let's do this. Okay, I'd love to do this here. I have a lot of respect for this woman. She's absolutely a boss, and here we start to see why. So we see January 13th, 1991. So when January 1391, right? So when we see a vibration like this, she's got these numbers too. Life path 7, so she knows everything that's going on. And if anybody who doesn't understand the power of Jessica, this woman's like, born in January, sick and tired of your shit, okay? Like straight up, she's a leader and she's independent. She wants to do her own thing. Born on the 13th, she's going to leave no detail uncovered. This person will take the painstaking process, and with the 7, be very patient. So that 7 is patience, and the 13 that you're born in will be like a 4 number, right? Shows up as dedication, methodical, logical. You can't win her by emotion. She's going to be able to tell when someone's trying to ease her in. She'd be like, you can't do that. And that feeling is there because these are not the emotional numbers. They're the dedicated, they're the logical, and the figure it out and let's do this and like get your stuff together and in order. So I remember we were at Toronto and I forgot my ticket, and she's just looking at me like, it's like cool as a pickle, but like ice as a polar bear. And I'm like, can you just let us in? And then it was that feeling of like, I need your emotion here. But then I look at the numbers. It's like, look, she's running a tight ship. So, congratulations on, your massive level of promotion and induction into GPM. We are super absolutely grateful beyond, like she can see ahead of the curve. She knows how to build the road to it. You can trust this woman's leadership. She cares about you. And so this is a great feeling and great number. I would really strongly suggest that, you give her a thanks anytime you get a chance to see her for sure. But we have these strong numbers inside of your chart that are like, you're not messing around. Okay, so we understand that vibe is there. Yeah, these are your numbers. Okay, cool. So what are emotions? They're these weird level programs that mess things up and they get cloggy in your brain. It's like you got to get Drano to your logic if you get emotions in them. But yeah, it's so super cool to read your numbers. It makes a lot of sense why a woman keeps her shit together and keeps her rules in order. Absolutely. Okay, Nikki, let's do this. And when we go deep inside, we just take a look and see, does your name help you to move towards it? Or do sometimes you feel like communication, I wish I was better at it? Or, emotion, I wish I had more of it to use? Or like, what do I need to pay attention to next? And with the 13 and the 7, I would say mighty skeptical. So I'm not holding my breath until, you book a session in with me. That's fine. It's no big deal. For everything that I put you through, okay, in our relationship together, I would like to say that we should probably read your name, properly do it, okay, when we need to. But absolutely appreciate you for everything. Okay, cool. So Andrew, what's up, man? How was your experience, dude? How was your experience? Are you still looking for more candies over here? No more candies? My little kids are trying to take over. They're like, where'd you put them, Dad? Cool. Yeah, I just had a really powerful experience with Andrew the other day. It was so super awesome. And man, you're just I love people, especially when I get a chance to see them on the inside. It's like, there's your power. And sometimes we get so caught up feeling like we can't. Stop making me look bad. She's grabbing candies everywhere. What do you think Daddy's office is? A candy store or something? Well, yes, just relax, okay? That's what happens when kids, they're like, oh, here's your chips. Oh, here's your chocolates. Here, I'm like, shh, it's out of the camera. Stop it. I'm just kidding. Come on. I've got books. I've got books here. Okay, there's crystals here. Anyway, it's an awesome pleasure to be able to see you, my brother. I appreciate you for that. Okay, so Nikki, let's do your life path. So what is this? 12/9 sometimes shows up as December, or is it September? But either way, we're going to take a look at it anyway, and we're going to go like this, 1979. What is that? 12/9. So we're going to go 3, 9, and then 79, right? So that's 8. Life path 2. So good. You've calculated that right. The 3 digits or the 3 components, I guess you'd say 4, because life path 2 shows up with partnership. It shows up with like, I'm going to do things for others. I'm going to work strong with people. I'm going to help them get through things. I'll do things for others. Like we look, Jessica's born in 91. That's a 2 number. So there's a deep growing sense of partnership that will affect her or grow into. In the case of Nikki and me, we're both life path 2s here. We have a vibration that says, I do my best work in partnerships. But we also have other versions of us. In this case, your numbers are showing up with either baby love or grandmother love. So there could be this like maturity of emotion that's kind of lost on you. It's either I want to have fun or I want to help the world. But then this other part that's like this all elusive, relationship thing or family or feeling shows up as a vibe that says it's not there. Like the 6 doesn't show up in your chart. It's either I want to have fun, I don't want to take things too seriously and I don't need to, or I have to take things very, very seriously and the world's depending on me and I want to help everyone and a big heart. And so we see all of these challenges that sort of show up when we have a large number and a small number. Jen, come here. Come here. Come on, I want to show you something. I want to show people to you. Come here. Come here, Jen. Okay, Tyler, you can come and say hi too. This is like my kids' takeover day. So she's got a 3, and she's got a 9, and she's got a 7. So we know that there's vibrations inside of her chart that show up this way. And now my other little one obviously wants to join us because it's a big show at Daddy's house. Hey guys, if you're going to stay in here, you have to be quiet, okay? So we've got this, So we've got this vibration that shows up with, I want to have fun, but I also want to do well for others. It's a pleasure to be around. There's another number in your chart, and this is that hidden wealth thing that you keep feeling that you're going to be in one day. And it's on the opposite ends of your emotions. Now this is about the application and law of attraction, but to know that you mix and deal in love energy should be the fuel that helps your wealth continue forward onward. I would like to think that this is a really strong piece of the, I got to get my wealth right situation, because you're naturally headed into a place in your life where wealth is going to be of particular importance. like a goal, like you want to generate wealth or generate like value or money in your life, right? Currency. And this is where you're naturally growing. The challenge can be if your name doesn't allow you to do this, hold your breath. You're probably already feeling this. It can be a sacrifice of self. This can be jamming the feel-good button too hard, and maybe sometimes there can be addictive things that happen in there as well. Perhaps maybe there's a really strong like heartbreak that happens as well too. Thank you, sweetie. Oh, let's just put that back. There's this like the feelings like the heart can break. There could also be a vibration here that's like, I don't take care of myself as much as I take care of others. This happens a lot to people. We're all kind of like messed up in our own unique little way. But I like to think that the way I was messed up, and I like watched myself. My mom just came on here, like, hey, mama. Is that, and Ashley, how's it going? Haven't seen you in a while. Great to see you. My name helped me because the one that I got, and I love my parents, they gave me the best name ever. I love my name. But the way that I was using it was working against me. It wasn't actually helping me to get to the place I wanted to go. Weird thing to think that your name can do that. But the reality is if I nailed it, and people are like, oh my God, my birthday says that exactly about me. Wouldn't it not then deduce that what you call yourself and how you approach yourself and what you show up on a business card and the extra letters against your name, people say, oh, MRS instead of MS. Oh, you must be married. Or, oh, PhD. Oh, you must be a doctor. Or like, the people have these little tiny letters or this feeling of promoting you to a new vibration based on what you call yourself is huge. And if you don't believe me, go ahead and tell everyone, hi, my name is Dum every day. Like, you're probably not going to do that because that wouldn't, that there's some level of vibration there that would block you or that would not feel good to associate with the vibration that everyone understands as something that 3-year-olds say. So, it does hold a very strong value. And Nikki says, I am too nice. That's a challenge. You could be good. But if you look at nice, it's like something people say politely when you're not good, and they're like, oh, it's like oh, how did you like him? It's like, he's nice. He's nice. He's a nice guy. He's a nice guy. Or would you say, you could use it as slang, it would work, but would you be like, oh, he's so nice? I guess it would work. It depends on the tonality you use. But all things considered, I had that problem too. We just want to please. With a number like this, your sense of identity is going to be strongly secured in someone else's opinion of you. That's like, that's a very strong challenge. Uh-oh, we got to blow up an aisle 5. Hopefully they're going to be okay. Come see Daddy. It's okay. I help you. Daddy love you. And so sometimes they answer to that. Sometimes they're like, no, they just fend for themselves. Anyways, so cool. That's a really wonderful looking life path. It looks like a mix between my daughters and mine. There's a strong level of partnership, but an ultimate level of sacrifice that ends up taking you past yourself and investing yourself in others. This is a dangerous place to be. There's not a law of attraction stuff. People try to become successful. And, you have to treat yourself the way you want to be treated. You have to treat yourself like a success. That's why I say in Happy Pocket Full of Money, just because you say you're a millionaire, you're not a millionaire, doesn't mean you're incongruent. You're accepting and understanding and identifying with a millionaire status or a wealth status. You say, I am wealthy. You can't have wealth. You be wealth. You be wealthy. It's like you can't have happiness, but you can be happy. So it's a state of being. And that's that reality, is that if you're not being there for yourself, you're like, oh, I'm too nice. I needed to do something, but someone needs me. Or I needed to do something, and someone else has to, there's that challenge in there to recognize it's like, shit, I'm not doing right for myself. I had this problem. I was born in January like Jessica was. I was born on a 1 day, so I had to wait until I was like almost 30. And by then, a lot of stuff went down. And I was really super self-sacrificing. By the time I was 27, I was like, no more. I'm going to take care of me. I got to do what's right for me. And as 1 entered my chart, thank God, that made me a lot more selfish. Now I went from one side, ping pong to the other, and I had often apologized for saying things like, I had my own best interest in mind. I was doing this because it made me feel better, or it made me relaxed, or it worked my angle because I'm very close to how does this make me feel? What do I need to do? And it's a nice relief, because before I was attracting relationships where they would just walk all over me because that's what I did to myself. I would just, oh, here, let me just roll out the red carpet. And here you go. And then people will be like, oh my God, this is a great floor to walk on. I'm done. Because nobody wants to be with somebody like that. But then I grew into my leadership, my independence, my feeling of, no, I gotta do what's right for me. I gotta take care of myself. I gotta check in with me. And I started to eat better. And I started to give up things like alcohol and drugs. And I started to treat myself better and, journey through personal development and stand up as the leader that I am. And now I'm creating a lot of cool things that are on my plate. So it's pretty neat. Anyway, I'm not leaving. I'm leaving not to put other first and myself more. Good. I'm glad you're doing that. That is a dedication, especially with a birthday like yours. You will always need to work on that. And it's not a bad thing. It's just one of those realities that it's like, hey, my car broke down. I need a new car. Or, hey, look, I'm not where I need to be. I'm going to work on myself. We don't say, oh, I don't have a new car. I need a new car. I'm never going to drive again. We don't think about I ran out of milk. I'm never going to get milk again. Oh, I guess that's it. That's the last toilet paper I'll ever have. It's like some of these things you need to replace and you need to reinstall every single time. And it was funny. I was thinking about this the other day. I'm like, there's only you got to find your circle. Okay. You got to find your circle. And this could be like my personal brand and what I do for others and what I do for myself and what I do for my family and what I do for God and what I do for my community and, what I do for the future and how I help my past. And then that's it. You find your circle. Once you go through it, you go again and again and again and again and again. And we're creatures of habit. We're creatures of circumstance. We're creatures of cycle. And so to find your cycle, every time you reset, every time you come back bigger. Now I've got kids. Now they're crying in the background, so I'm going to kind of have to cut this short. But now, before it was just me, and now it's my family, and now it's my business. And you see how this thing keeps getting bigger? And now imagine we're going to take that one little cinnamon roll of your life, the cycle. Now let's turn it to its side. Does it go up or does it go down? Do you help other people and do you continuously grow? And say, I'm going to help my family now. I'm going to get to the next level. I'm going to help my business now. I'm going to get to the next level. I'm going to find new audience. I'm going to get to the next level. I'm going to spiral and swirl upward in an outward direction. Or do we attack the self? And if we attack the self, it's like, and it just goes into a point and goes downward. Or do we start attacking ourselves? And then I'm going to attack my friends. And I'm going to pick on people. I'm going to hurt people. I'm going to steal from people. And it basically starts to spiral down out of control. So mapping and marking the different directions of your energy, does it express outward abundantly in a financial abundance or emotional wealth, or does it go inward thinking nobody wants to listen to me and I don't know my own thoughts and I'm stuck with things and suddenly it's been 4 days and I'm like, whoa, I'm still thinking about this, and we lose a lot inside of our minds, inside of ourselves. It's a real challenge that we are all dealing with inside of life. So sometimes it's like my 4-year-old and he just needs to cry himself out, right? And before when I first met him, he was 3. And I'm like, no, you're not allowed to do that. And now I recognize, hey, you know what? If you have energy that needs to get out, it's probably a better idea that you get it out as opposed to holding it in. And then suddenly it just blows up and boils inside of you. Everyone's going to have a blow up. They got to find themselves. They got to learn about themselves. They got to sort themselves out. I look back to my sisters and we were like mortal enemies as kids. Now they're like my savior, my protectors, my older sisters. They've turned into amazing people and we're really close and I treasure them, I cherish them. But I look back, I'm like, so I guess if we cried a little bit or if we got upset a little bit, it wasn't that big of a deal. We still get a chance to move forward through it, as opposed to me going out there and no, you're not allowed to do that. Go to your room, this and that. He's going to grow a resentment from me because I didn't let him express himself. So of course, within reason, we have to teach them how to be human beings. They're working with a few crayons short of the box, okay? But to know that it's more healthy to teach and train on expression as opposed to confinement and not being allowed. So it's tough because people say, because he'll do that in public. And I'm a new parent, so I'm like, just be quiet. It's all good. No, daddy will give you whatever you want. Just please stop screaming, because we get worried that people are going to judge us and oh my God. And Yeah, I was reading this one article a while ago about this mom who's like, I don't care. She can go have her tantrum in the supermarket. If other lady be bothered, then go find another supermarket. I'm a mom. I'm trying to do my thing. I'm like, oh man, good for you. It's always inspiring to see how young parents deal with their challenges. With young children. But I digress. If you have kids, you know what I mean. If you don't, get a dog. Just kidding. Dogs are just as bad. But anyway, yes, you have to, Nikki, take care of yourself, please, at all costs. Protect that. Protect it. Otherwise, you'll die the most horrible death. And that is the one where you keep living and you just pretend like you're alive and you're really dead inside. And I was going down that path. And I really, to be fair, I never in my wildest dreams thought that my wildest dreams would actually come true. But now that they did, I'm like, I got to be careful about what I think about. I got to be careful about what my energy is promoting because I got magnetism working in my favor. It's just unbelievable. So cool, very powerful insight. Who wants to see what's on my plate? Who wants to see what's on my plate? Just so you guys can be like, what are you doing? There's so much stuff to do. And I'm like, oh God. So today I'm going to be meeting with a friend of ours who is an event coordinator. Okay, so you guys listening to this message live and you guys listening to this message recorded, you're doing me a very strong service right now by paying attention to these words, feeling the vision and the journey. If you're like, you can't do that, that's a reflection of your own inadequacy, okay? So if you're like, oh yeah, Ray. Like, I get it. We all have that. I second guess and check myself all the time. But one of the biggest things we have to do always is promote what our energy is and let it land in other people's consciousnesses so that this thing can take hold and this thing can keep moving forward. So I'm using you guys as a spiritual magnetic pinging system. You are my spiritual universal sonar. Pay witness to the words I'm about to speak. For those of you guys who are here live, it's an extra special treat for me. But for those of you who are watching the cast or watching the YouTube or wherever you're experiencing this message, think about your own dream. What broadcast message do you need to go through? So I got a lot, and I'm like trying to like play, like whack-a-mole with my different businesses. So there's the events. We're going to be doing these. We're creating events. We got the Numerology Wealth Workshop coming soon to a city near you. All right, here you go. This is going to be a 3-day Airbnb where we put a dozen people. That's it. A dozen people. We cook together, we dance together, we're gonna have fun together, we're gonna learn about your numbers, we're gonna go in depth in each of them, we're gonna teach you business and wealth strategies and spiritual strategies, we're gonna give you a numerological haircut throughout your entire life to make sure every single thing is aligned up the way it needs to be for you to have total magnetic momentum inside of your life. There's going to be a social, we're going to mix, we're going to have a drone, there's going to be people there taking videos for us, we're going to write ads together, we're going to definitely teach you guys how to talk to people, we're going to give you my, I'd like to say 5 years of entrepreneurism, but I'd like to think that it's more around 10 years of like, consistent, concerted effort in generating wealth, whether it be in a job, car sales, or I at the end of my employment career, I started taking a weird approach by writing my own training manuals and writing my own training programs and redoing systems. And people were like, "Why are you doing that? Just follow the order. You're fired." I'm like, "What? I'm trying to make this place a better place. You're firing me right now? Like, we don't need that." I'm like, "Okay, frick you guys then." And I kept on going. I found out nobody likes that. So unless you're an entrepreneur. So I'm like, maybe I should do that. And then that took me a while to figure out. But what you guys are going to get is a library condensed version of total spiritual clearing, total spiritual alignment, and then poured onto your wealth. This is going to be nuts. This is going to be nuts. So got 12 people that want to see this happen. Let me know. Doesn't matter what city it is in the world. We will get it done. But the only requirement is that we have 12 people in there and that, they're dedicated, committed, signed, sealed, and delivered. We will organize an event for you. So just to let you guys know that I will absolutely love to do that for you guys. It's going to be so much fun. We're in the planning stages of that right now. So it's kind of more about quelling the fears of running an event. I'm glad I have professional event coordination right now, but without it, this would just be like, and I wouldn't know. I'd be like, "Whoop, whoop, whoop, whoop," like monkey scratching a banana. And so I recognize that, you need to enlist specialists, professionals. I'm like the mind guy, and I need people to be like doing my stuff for me. And that's what really gets me going, especially when I have people come and clean my house. Woo, it's a good feeling. One time the house cleaner was here and then the plumber came and I was like, man, I feel like a boss. And then, and the locksmith guy was here and I was like, man, there's so many cool things going on at the house right now. Not right now, but, back then. Anyway, thanks, Jess. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's going to be super powerful. It's going to be a lot of fun. There are going to be small, intimate little events to start with, but we got invited out to Bali. People in Sweden want to get this done. Australia is going to get a tour. New Zealand got to get there. But it's going to be a fun little sweetheart event, very boutique-y feel, super healthy food, that kind of stuff. And yeah, we're definitely going to have a lot of fun with it. So in case it's coming to a city near you or you want to plan something, you want to get us in there, it's going to be powerful. We're flirting with the idea of having guest speakers as well, which is always a great idea. But you know me, I don't stop talking. I've got some value. I've learned some things. I've read some books. I've been able to put some stuff together that people need to hear in order to get through the basic, fundamental, rudimentary steps of your business and building wealth consciousness. It's about setting it and leaving it. That's the whole point about business. Otherwise, it would be a job. So you have to learn how to set yourself up so that you can actually produce. And right now, for the massive, global population of employees, you're selling your time. Your system is your physical awareness and being able to clock in and clock out. So on the business level, it doesn't work that way. You have to learn how to take care of your body, how to take care of your mind, your spirit, your soul, your system, to know that you're working with the right leaders and you have the right community, and it just gets out of hand. So it's a bit of a different paradigm. And I like to think that we're missing a lot of the pieces there. When I first found numerology, it was based on wealth. I'm a spiritual guy. Suddenly wealth and spirituality, I was like, I'm not sure about that. That sounds very law of attraction, pray, believe if you can, all that kind of stuff. The deeper I went down, I'm like, but numerology is a math. Everything is frequency. It's all measured in a level of vibration. We have to pay attention to the fact that this is a quantum physics kind of field. This is a very scientific thing. We have to run, you can't debate gravity on Earth, okay? So we have to really understand that. So yeah, cool. Sounds pretty neat, guys. I'm glad you guys are liking it. I'm getting good reviews. Good, okay. Cool. So what else is happening? What else is on my plate? We are coming up with I'm going auto. I'm going automated. So I'm going to be recording certain numbers. I'm going to be creating certain products. Like my mastery course will go for sale. My private access community will go for sale. My programs, like free basic readings, that'll be super weird because it'll be recorded and yet it's going to sound like this, like I know you. And I realized after having thousands of clients that that's literally what it looks like. That your birthday, it's a 4-digit expression. So you can imagine from like how many I'm going to have to record to get every single combination. It's a little daunting of a task, but to know that I've got a content library where someone can just quickly grab a small, quick little video, get the insight of a lifetime, and then trickle them through my sales path of becoming, like extraordinarily healed, sorted, upgraded, and if they want to continuously invest in my coaching and mentorship. But there's automation at the door. And this is one of those really cool things that you make money when you sleep and you set it and leave it and all this kind of stuff. So there'll be things like written reports. You can buy owner's manuals, construction manuals for, relationships and, being able to have deeper insights and also group readings. And all of this stuff starts to come into automation where I can set it, I'm watching it, and we just throw ads on it, and brand new people who are waiting and praying for something get a chance to find me, and they get a chance to network with me. Because I like to think of myself as kind of like a little secret sort of side mission, like a secret weapon side mission inside of your wealth journey. It's not required, but it makes things a lot easier. And it's the thing that Balaj used you know, when he was climbing his way to success. It's the reason why Matthew Tyler Guy Jang shows his full name on his Facebook now. You know, and there are bigger vibrations at play that you have to really understand. Mary Bobby's motivated. Thank you, Kylie. That's what's up. Power of the motivation. Woo! Yeah, it really does just light you right up. And I got to thank my wife for that. My wife. Now it's official. It doesn't feel the same. Before I was just calling her my wife. It was normal. Now it feels all tingly. So yes, yeah, I'm definitely motivated now. I'm like, put more on the plate. Let's do this. And so yes, automation. It's going to be cool. It really won't be too applicable for you guys because you guys already know me. And you guys are on the ground level where this is really sort of showing up for itself. And my natural organic vibration of audience and you know, I appreciate and love you guys so much. This is different than business. What you guys are to me is more like my stomping grounds and my growing space and my backyard garden and the place where I test my experiments. And you guys are my lab. You guys are my scientist lab. So I appreciate you guys so much for everything. It's so much more than just being a client or, you know, booking your session. And right now you guys are helping me build my legacy. It's when I go out to the real world, the outside world, doesn't know me, doesn't know our community, doesn't know us. That's where it really starts to pay attention. It really starts to matter. I'm not there yet. I'm comfortable with you guys because I feel safe. And I'm like Nikki, I need to be liked and I have to be too nice. And I hate rejection. And so to know, like, and trust is really important for me. So automation is going to really help with that because suddenly it's like I'm like building a mountain of content, and now we're repurposing it, putting it together, sharpening it, whittling it down, and putting it into a very powerful growth program. So pretty cool. Okay, we got some pretty serious stuff happen there. Next week, I'm putting on another group session. 2019 inspired the birth of group sessions. So it's going to become a constant thing now that happens every week or every 2 or 3 weeks, where at the end of the week, everybody piles into a room who needs their names done. You're going to get reports. You're going to get recordings. You're going to get a personalized reading. We're going to absolutely upgrade your life on a group setting. And it really helps to have like 20 people lifting a car as opposed to just 1 or 2 people lifting a car. So in case you're going through that inside of your life, where you're like, man, this is tough. I need the village. Then a really strong digital campfire will be in the group session where we can unload your crap with a bunch of people watching, and that'll really help heal it all. But yes, I appreciate that. And thank you. You're welcome, Nikki. It's absolute pleasure and an absolute honor. Like, this is my purpose in life, is to help people become better at theirs. So when I get a chance to do this, I just want to let you guys know that, like, I feel like I'm really earning my wings to heaven kind of thing. Like, this is the work. I get to look at God in the face and say, like, I did this. And like, I did your work. You know, I absolutely made the world a better place with my time on it. So yeah, cool. We're going to do group sessions. It leads to a lot of fun. But if you haven't had any, if you haven't had the opportunity to see them, I'll just quickly put my tinyurl.com/Bobby F. Parihar in the chat there, so you guys can take a look at some of the cool things that I've done. This is where I'm amassing all my content right now. So get it while you can, because it's got this is just my YouTube. We haven't put it down yet. As I say, I'm not doing big advertising yet. This is all for you guys. This is my gift and my legacy, my opus, and my, oh my God, I wanted to give it all for free. You want it, you have to give it for free. You give away everything for free on the front end, and it really starts to build you up a really powerful place in the back. You got to give value. That's a really strong lesson for a lot of this stuff. What actually brings me to my next thing on my plate, was actually really on my plate yet, but I just put it on my plate, is brand development. Okay, so I work with really cool high-level brand developers right now. I needed to come up with something. It was something that's happened to a lot of my clients that I'm working with. Actually, well, all of them that don't have their business set up properly. Okay. And we're all entrepreneurs. So people who come to me, you know, they're usually already an entrepreneur and they're looking to fine tune. People are like, oh, you got to see Bobby, will help you out. It's going to make you a bunch of money. I'm like, relax. You make the money. I just help you to get there a little bit. Okay. So I'm like, how about if I help people get there a lot? What if I offered this ability to have me in your back pocket, helping you charge for your time, creating a site around you, creating a checkout around you so that you could take clients and then you could get, bookings, and that you could practice your modality. And if you don't have a modality, I can give you numerology as one if you want to pick that up. But some of you guys are doing spiritual soul clearing or tarot card reading or, business coaching and, or, technical stuff. Maybe you're back office wizards or ad wizards or whatever it is. You get a chance now to have full on support to be able to build your business with you. So that someone gives you give them like same with mine. You go bobby@parihar.xyz. What you'll do is you'll go there. You can pick the product you want. It's going to take you to a checkout. You get a chance to put your details, pay for your session. It pays my PayPal. It gives me a calendar invite, and then it sends me a notification saying, hey, you just got paid. You got to be here at this time. You got to help people. I'm like, I'm there because this is what I do. That's my business. But I had talked to so many of my clients who are in this situation. They're like, I just don't know how to do it. I just don't know what to do. I'm like, I've been there. I've been like, putting popsicle sticks together to try to like get my business brand built. It's not easy. So I appreciate you for, being there with me along my journey. And like, Bobby, the site's not working. I'm like, I got to hire some people to get this stuff figured out. Now I get a chance to be the person that gets hired to help someone figure it out. Like, that's huge. So there's going to be a very powerful, in-depth coaching program that's going to help you develop your brand and literally apply it into a business. So it's not just theory anymore. We're actually going to help you build what you're going to, for you to actually charge for your time as a coach, as a mentor, or whatever modality healer it is that you are. So it's the brand experience or the brand coaching program. So the name's a little fuzzy right now, but it's happening in the future. So in case anyone out there, because a lot of people have done this to me, and sometimes it takes, buying a lot of coaches and coaching to realize that, hey, I'm a coach. I should be helping people. And then even to the further part, if you guys are entrepreneurs, what brand do you stand for outside of your direct sales offer? What is it that, imagine if your product got taken away and wake up one morning and nobody knows anything about it and there's no business around it, and you're the only one remembering all of this stuff. What would you stand for? What would be underneath you? And is it a passion to help, produce, create, transition, heal, repair? Like, you get a chance to, I'll do repair. Oh, I'll do upgrading, or I'll do helping people or transitioning people. You get a chance to decide your business, your rules, my support. It's going to be a powerful feeling. It's going to be a pretty good program too. I'm really excited for it. Okay, cool. So what else we got? Let's keep going. Oh, whoa. All right, you ready for this one? Oh, man, I really shouldn't be giving all my secrets away because everyone's going to be like, what? I don't care. Doesn't matter. It's all good. Airbnb business. Check that out. Airbnb business. This is a wonderful, super stellar project. This one will require a house. Okay, we're going to stop renting Airbnbs, and we're just going to build a really nice place where it could either be a week, or it could be like a full-on, 8-week program or 12-week program where you come and you stay with us, and I directly coach, mentor, teach, train, inspire, grow, develop you over the amount of time you're going to be here. So we're going to have different packages. You can have a 1-week getaway. You can have a full-on few months that we work together for a season, like a 90-day sprint or whatever it is. But there will be a rolling classroom of development and mentorship that you'll be able to participate and take advantage of. There's going to be different levels where it's just going to be super basic, and you just come in there for some numerology. We get you in and out. You're done. And then there's going to be full-on explosive platinum level packages where you get pampered. There's going to be people there with like massaging you. There's going to be destination excursion events. We're going to go out and do things in the city. There'll be branding packages where people will follow you around and take videos of you and help you through it. So it's going to be a high level of customization to your so sweet total brand, all the way down to bare bones minimum. I just come here to mastermind with you guys, and I want to grow better, and I want to rub shoulders. I want to be able to spend some time with you, learn what you know, this kind of stuff. And then get this. This is another cool thing that's on the plate. We want to help my Sally's mom out. On the bottom of that house, we want to do a day cafe. So we're going to do like a day restaurant where we can feed everyone. We can absolutely like, open it up for business and open it up for doors and have really cool little small little cuisines. One of my passions for my entire life has been to open a small little restaurant. And as they say that, 44 minutes and 44 seconds into the recording, and I'm like, oh, what's up? See? That's like that universe is giving you that tip. They're like, don't give up on your dream, bro. It's going to be hard, but you got to do it. I'm like, I will not give up on my dream. Absolutely. Never. No chance. Especially after this much and after everything that's happened, you can't. Like, you get this sweet taste of like what it looks like and what it's like to have your dreams come true. What would you do if you knew the things that you said held a magnetism and a physical presence? Oh man, I can't tell you guys, it's so super cool. So yes, we're going to have our Airbnb business. It's going to be a powerful organization of growth, inspiration, and helping people get their sea legs. It's going to be like a retreat, depending on how long you need it to be, but it's going to be a wonderful, powerful mentorship in-person growth program. So it's gonna be pretty neat. We're gonna have fun doing that. Hey Prav, what's up? Welcome, Josh. Elaine, how are you, my good man? What else is on the list? Let's take a look and see what else I got on my plate. Oh man, who's ready for my app? Like the amount of trouble iTunes is giving us, it's like you have to just sit back and be like, you know what? Divine timing is making us wait for this one. But I have been in development with an application that is for your phone that allows you to quickly get a yay or a nay, a yes or a no. How good is it? It's like a beep, 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 meter reading on a name. Parents, business people, even yourself, entrepreneurs, leaders, need to talk to someone, need to talk to a lead, need to name your kid, need to find out what's wrong with your kid, want to know what your relationship looks like, having your own little tester meter of vibration analysis. You pop in your letters and it will tell you, yo, this name be good, bro. Or it will tell you, yo, keep looking, bro. So you get a chance to see for yourself, and I've cataloged this already. So we're right now, I'm like, is it ready yet? Is it ready yet? Is it ready yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? We're going to Disneyland. Because, iTunes is like, yo, and they're just like messing with me because I'm like, yo, I need to be in Australia. I need to be in Europe. I need to be in like United States and Canada all at the same time. And iTunes is like, yo, bro, are you crazy? So they're giving us a bit of pushback. So in case anyone's like, yeah, dude, what happened? Where's the app? It looks good, man. What's going on? I'm very patient for my guys. My team has been working very hard on this. Absolutely so super cool. They're going to get a really powerful review after this. I'll tell you that for sure. But we're excited. I'm definitely excited. Push notifications. You're going to get a chance to get the vibe of the day. You're going to get discounts and opportunities to work with me, get a chance to look inside of our community. It's going to be so super cool, like a digital, like your phone, right? An app that you can actually interact with. It's going to be so absolutely mind-blasting. It's going to be so super cool. So I'm really excited for that. That's one of the really big things that have got me going, is like, I am app ready. This is going to be super powerful. iTunes, man. iTunes. Sorry. App Store. Google Play. Like, can you imagine? I'm going to be up on there. Like, that's a pretty cool feeling. Are you on Apple Store? Are you inside of Google Play yet? Like, for me, I'm just like, man, this is so cool. And it's funny because right now I have a really small little program I use, but it's Android only. Like, Apple users are like, oh, man. And there is no app yet that does what I'm about to do. So it's really cool because I'm like, wow, numerology, who knew that it was such a small little emerging thing out there in the world? But it's like ancient. It like predates everything. So who knew? Go figure. App coming out, get ready. How about this one? You guys ready for this? This is really what I should have made my go live about today because next week, is it next week or 2 weeks? In the next week or the next 2 weeks, whoa, it's like coming really quickly. Okay. Podcast, The Solution Artist, Bobby and Parihar coming to you guys live. I've been starting to say that. Do you know why? It's because we're building a content library for iTunes, Spotify, Google Music, wherever you find podcasts, all major streaming areas, YouTube. It's coming. Well, actually, I've already been putting it up on YouTube, so no big deal. Facebook already knows what's up. Love you, FB fam. But the reality is that there's a whole globe of people just scrolling through their iTunes or scrolling through their Spotify, looking for something. And here I am, Bobby's going to set up. We're already in production phases. Elevate Radio, Shane Locke and Anna B. Feldman have helped me out through this. They're my producers. It's an absolute wonderful feeling. I'm so excited. But you're going to be able to see us. You may even be listening to this podcast right now on iTunes being like, whoa, you did it, bro. And if you did, give me a 5-star review, share it with your friends, join the conversation live. Usually where I have my conversations or I do my broadcasts are on Facebook. So in case you're watching it somewhere else, so how do I do this? How do I get up with you? Bobby F. Parihar, I'm on Facebook. You can like me, add me, friend request me, follow me, set your notifications on. Usually what I do is I'll go live and I'll say, hey, pop your birthday in the comments so I can give you a free taste. And you just may be featured on another podcast episode. So in case you're watching this, you're like, hey, I got a kid. Or, hey, can you look at my numbers again? This is your chance to go ahead and pop it in the comments now. I will be here for the next few minutes. I didn't want to make too much of a go live today. So I was like, I'll do a short one. This is an hour. Now my go live's like in 2 hours. It's crazy. Cool. Okay. Oh, man. I think we're running out of this stuff on my plate, which is good. Because like, dude, there's a lot of crap going on. I'm like, I know. This is nuts. So for those of you who have been watching my story, Anne says, so much exciting. I came in the middle of a session. Will you do reading of birthday dates in this talk? I will, Anne. Give me your birthday and I'll read your birthday for you. So for those of you guys who don't know my story, maybe you do. It was a dark day in 2013. I was the guy who kept getting fired everywhere. I just couldn't find my way in the world. And I was stuck. Like I found a job that I really liked. And I stayed there for like 3 years. And for me, I've never had a job for 3 years. Like the closest thing I had for 3 years was a relationship or even going through high school, but I've never committed to anything for that long. So I had this vibration of like, I want to be wealthy. I don't want to keep on ruining my life and all this stuff happens, right? So in 2013, I got fired again and I got sick and tired of it. And I was like, that's it. I'm becoming an entrepreneur. And I invested in some really powerful business opportunity. And a lot of you guys know this because this is how we build our life and build our business. And it was hard. And I was like scratching my head and I was building it and I built it and it was slow. And this was before the internet, before marketing, before affiliate anything, before any kind of internet. And we were just out there in a apartment trying to figure stuff out. Okay. And I kept with it. I kept going. I kept my stubborn attitude of I'm not going to give up. I'm going to learn what I need to learn. I can do this. If you stick with it, you'll achieve, and along that path, I found numerology. So I was growing my business and I sold 20 sales, 30 sales, 40 sales. I'm like, 50 sales. And I found numerology. And then I started to grow into my abilities as a coach and as a mentor and as a spiritual artist, a spiritual space. And it all went hand in hand, tandem with my direct sales business. But while I was growing my personal brand, while I was growing my numerology, I was growing my ability to speak and be a leader to everyone and influence in the community, I took my leadership very seriously. My direct sales business was like sputtering on the side with a loose wire or unplugged this or not working that or a mental block or this challenges in there. So I was like, you know what? Let's just let this sit here for a minute. I'm not having success here inside of my business. I'm going to start to grow my brand and my personal wealth and my personal me and really grow myself from the inside, where my numerology started to balloon. Now that I have no trust, authority, I've been able to figure out myself and learn how to speak and learn how to produce and perform. And I help people get results. And I work with all the leaders and I get this chance to move into it. Now I'm coming back around for my direct sales business. So we have been working tirelessly with brand experts, internet marketing experts, digital media aficionados, high ticket salespeople to help put us together, the system and the group that we need in order to show up for direct sales, and not just brand spirituality, wealth, and growth in that area, but also having a nice gauntlet to throw down. If you guys know what I'm talking about, all of you guys, you're all in his. All of you guys are inside of our organization. You guys know the game we're playing, but you can't just go out there selling, the product. You have to go out there and sell yourself first. You got to go out there and build who you are. You have to get better every single day first before anybody wants to pay attention to you. So to know that we're coming back for that, it's a wonderful, absolute, powerful feeling. You get ready for 2020. I'll just let you know that. Just let you know it's going to be a big year. A lot of hard work next year. But it's going to happen. We're going through it. You guys are with me. I'm telling you something. When I got into business 5 years ago, I'm like, this is it. This is it. And 5 years later, I'm like, this is it. This is it. This is it. And I'm not going to waver. 10 years from now, you're going to see me. I'm going to be like, this is it. This is it. This is it. This is where I build my family from. This is what built my family. This is what I help to build other families. This is what we do as a community. This is our family. This is you can't just get rid of family. You grow with these kids. Okay? So I understand that I'm growing with you guys. And I look at the kids that we were growing up with, like, Balaj and Travis Prosnick, and who else is there from the Stevie Corbett from the original crew, Brandon Liu from the original crew. Like, these people are budding up and they're growing up, and they've turned Rafael, they've turned into leaders of organizations. 5 years later, what is your 5 years going to look like? Where will you be at that moment of your journey? And to think I'm only getting started, I had to pick myself up. I broke myself so many times. I had to rebuild. I got my marriage set. I got my family set. And even Kylie was like, oh, Bobby's so motivated. I'm like, I was waiting for this since I was 7 years old. I was waiting for this moment where I would have everything handled on the inside so that I could finally take my journey out to the world. And a man with a house divided is lost on the battlefield. But now that I have my power queen, I got my beautiful little monster kids, I got my little beautiful monster dog, I got my monster business, I got my monster truck. Everything is like monster in our lives. And I'm like, we're ready. We're ready now to start really actually running. And this is why the plate has come out. That's why I'm sharing with you guys. I'm like, yeah, speak your intentions into reality. Who cares if you make it or not? The point is that you declare it to the universe. You let the universe feel your vibe, and the stronger resistance you get just explains how far you are away from your goal. Sooner or later, there are going to be times where you're not telling your strategy to people, and you're sharing this and being quiet with it. So just so you know, okay, let's go into Anne's numbers. I don't want to get too far off. Let's go Anne's numbers here. You gave me your birthday. That's okay. So as a life path 3, okay. Let's take a look at this, and let's do this like this. So I'm going to show up like 6, 7, there's an 8 there, and then 1969, right? So 1969 is a 7. Cool. This is tough, and if you're with me, let me know, okay? There are 2 distinct levels of your life that we see at the very beginning. One part of you is going to be the super sweet, very charming, very loving. I just want to make people happy. I'm going to be people pleasing and just taking care of everyone. And this is the 3, life path 3. Very darling. This is going to be like super sweet smile, always so friendly, just super cheerful, always want to look in the bright side of things. Maybe singing or dancing, or there could be a hidden talent in there, if there is, that we're looking at you expressing yourself. It could just be the way that you treat others, or even the way that you treat art. On the other side of this, there's a joy and a pleasure to this 3 that says, I want to feel good. So we could have issues with saying no to sweets and smokes and drinks, and wanting to feel good or feel too good or feel good when we should be working hard. The 3s will jump to pleasure as a way of saying, this is what I do, or this is how I feel good. I need to feel good right now. So it's like the microwave button of happiness, which is like, press it 30 seconds later and like, okay, good, give it to me now. Whereas the hardworking and the people out there who are going to be like dedicated in the gym, they're fall in love with the pain. They're not going to just, take it for, like they're like, I'll delay my gratification because it'll be sweeter if I let the interest settle. So there's a different level of ambition there. In the 3, we're like, I don't need things level set. I just want to have fun right now. I want to enjoy right now. But that could take us down a nasty road of addiction. So just so we know that that's there, underneath this is the second level of conversation. A lot of people deal with this. So you're not alone. Okay, you're going to help a lot of people here. Ready to help a lot of people? Born in June. That's like a what do you want to call this? One of those numbers that's mature in its love. It cares about people. It's loving. It's appreciating others. It wants to help people get to a better place. It's the mother vibe. So you have a princess vibe and a mother vibe, queen vibe that shows up as that powerful speech, but it also gives up on itself for others. So you may sacrifice yourself for doing the right thing and doing what's good and doing what you should do as a selfless human being. It's tough because in this world, you have to cultivate a balance between selfish and selfish. These numbers are going to work towards your selflessness, which is going to be challenging to accept compliments or to accept love, even though you want it. You can be at a challenge to accept it because those numbers are like, I'm a giver. I'm a giver. And so I give. And then, here you can receive too. Oh, no, I can't receive. But then the universe doesn't know what to do with you because you keep giving stuff. And when it comes back around, no. Here, let me keep giving. Oh, no, I can't take it. Oh, here, let me give. And so giving a gift to you can be pretty tough sometimes. But then we look a little bit further. There's a wealth number in your chart, born on the 26th. So when we're born on a day like that, we see a vibration that says, I want my money to work for me. When you're trapped under a princess vibration, this could be like, I'm too smart for this shit. I'm just going to go for the cheesecake. I'm too smart for this. I'm just going to go for the drinks. I need to dumb down to the people level because I feel like I'm at this wizard-like level and the other part of me wants to contain at a childlike level. This can be really difficult because now we bring in things like emotional responses to replacing natural chemicals. When you see numbers like this, feel good button, I sacrifice myself, I'm too smart for this shit. This is like, mommy needs a nice, it's wine o'clock. Or I need to, take the edge off. Or I watch too much Netflix because I want to disconnect from the world. Or it could just, whatever it is, shows up. I'm not going to start pulling your stuff out here. But these are the challenges that people have to go through inside of their life. Okay, welcome to the human existence. This is a path that we all have to experience. But, you showing up with this, it creates a bit of a strain. Because 6 and 8 are the numbers of wealth. Like you want to become wealthy, you need to become wealthy. This is like a big thing for you. So to not have it, if you don't, it's a big frustration. When you do want it, it's almost like you self-sabotage it because the 3 will second guess itself and I don't know and I can't make a decision. And the other party is like, can you just decide already? Who cares? Make a mistake. Just get it done. And like there's a party that's annoyed with yourself because of it. We also see there is a deep level of intuition and a deep level of spiritual awareness, a deep level of like power inside of you that's deep inside of you that will grow into the wisdom that grows. Okay, the wisdom inside of you that emerges at one point in your life. You will already have it. I can feel it, but it kind of like things get quiet at the end, or they are not as vocal or not as emotional. It's more just like I'd rather just sit and enjoy and observe as opposed to participate as much. So it kind of quiets down, nice for retirement, but you also become a very wise level of person. You will continuously look young. You'll continuously have a young, sweetheart looking feel. You won't age the same way as others, but you're hiding something. You're hiding a bigger level of playing field. And if this hurts for me to say it, it's because your name's probably not allowing you to access it. If you're like, dude, I love my happy side. I love my powerful side. I know that I'm powerful. I can make that happen. It's probably, I would like to think it's because you got really good numbers in your birthday and you probably have really good numbers in your name too. But that's the gamble that we take in life is that there's only a small, short list of things that show up in alignment. But it's nice to see, Stephanie L. Pritchard, Carrie Catherine Lee, Lo Sienna, A. Chapman, Steve Anthony. These are my clients who have put names or letters together based on my advice that have been able to promote their vibration moving forward. So a quick message for you guys. If you're like, I took my name, Seb G. Cross, where's my success? There could be a delay and there is in your ability to manifest things. Just be fair, okay? We're not all born like wizards. So when you take a wizard name on, it could take you a few years to get out of the woods. The same way, you know, it takes you a few minutes to get out of the woods. So, you know, just in case you've been like living in the mediocrity of your life, you can't just take a name right now and bloom right tomorrow. You have to absolutely grow into it. So be patient with yourself. This is why I have the numerology alumni group. Okay, if you're not in it and you're a client of mine, what the hell are you doing? You remember, or maybe you don't, how expensive it is to work with me. So if I can give you private access to my group, which is another thing that's on my plate, yay! I have a private forum now for people that has an elevated level of conversation that only makes sense to you if you've gone through the process. Okay, so Carrie's like, oh, I'm just waiting to change my name at FB. Absolutely. Susie Chill, Susie. That's an absolute powerhouse woman right there. So great to see you. Thank you for joining my live. I appreciate you. Love you so much. You are an angel heaven sent. You're such a wonderful human being. If any of you guys do not have the chance or have the opportunity or the joy or the pleasure yet of connecting with Susie, I would suggest that you make it a priority. She does some pretty cool things. I can't quite quantify it, but it's a spiritually moving experience to know her, whether it be through her art or through her cards or through her intuition or through her divine calling in of magic source. This woman is an absolute powerhouse. So I thank you so much, Susie, for being here with us. Anne says, thank you, Bobby. I appreciate you for the heart, girl. Let me just quickly sum you up in a couple of words here, okay? You are very sweet and super charming. You are very loving and you are emotionally mature. You are intellectually mature as well. You are spiritually mature. I'm getting a headache. This pain in my head is giving me this feeling that you're not quite living up to your expectations or your desires or your vision of yourself. And for someone to recognize you and to acknowledge you, I'd say that this is going to be a strong gratitude that you're giving me, because people may be like, oh, you're so cute, or oh yeah, you got to say, oh, you may not even take yourself as seriously as you do. And I'm like, I wouldn't go that far. This could be shoving its depression down. Like, you got these big cool looking numbers, and then you're trapped in a princess outfit that's like, I just like to have fun, and I can't quite wear what I want to because part of me is there, but part of me isn't. That's no big deal. How can I help you? And it'll just forget about what. The more you forget about yourself, the more depression it's going to be, and then it's going to show up in really weird ways, and you know how it shows up. I could scroll through your Facebook in 5 minutes and tell you where it shows up. But the reality is that that's a private conversation, right? And we're here to love, help, enjoy, and find the solidarity and value in the pieces. There's nothing wrong with you. There's not one thing wrong with you. You're living a human experience. But I would imagine the migraine I'm getting in my head, it's because you got a lot of energy and it's tightly wound into a small container. So go easy on yourself. I would absolutely recommend that you guys take a look at my site, www.bobbyfparihar.xyz. Get your butt in there. Let's have the private conversation of your life. Literally, it's of your life. And it's the most powerful conversation you'll have in it. This stuff applies to you when you're born, and it applies to you on your journey through life. Trumping any kind of wizard hack or cool new technique or new technology, system, product, anything. And nothing to say wrong with all of the amazing, cool, new tech stuff that I buy all the time. That's not replaceable, but this is unique. This is absolutely unique, okay? So I appreciate you so much for that. Kate is here. What's up, Kate? Morning. Just woke up from Newcastle, Australia. Let's do this. We're going to take a look at, I think these are almost the same numbers. We're going to see here, born in an 8-month, happy birthday month, and then 16 day, and then 1961. Okay, so 6, 7, 8. Okay. So this is a funny looking number. This is not funny looking. I would imagine this. You're like, hey, I'm not laughing. This isn't funny. But let me enlighten you for a bit. We were just talking about this a second ago. Like, hey, these numbers look familiar. So just looking at someone else's number a second ago. There were two pieces, right? This woman had a really strong emotional and intellectual and spiritual maturity trapped underneath this small little princess outfit. In the case of Kate, the vibration is super strong wizard-like in spiritual intuition and intelligence level, intuitive awareness, very intellectually very sound and powerful, like real smart cookie. You can see beyond the curve. Okay, like a wizard-like vibration. Like I'm speaking to your top level of intelligence. You see, guys, my tone changes a little bit because there's that feeling in there that's like she's a boss. She knows she is. She's just dealing with her voice a little bit, okay, trying to find her way or find the right words. Because one side of that is going to be like, I don't know what to say. I mean, I know what to say, but I just can't quite say it. I feel paused. And then the other side is like, I say too much and I can't stop talking and I just keep saying the wrong thing and I keep on da-da-da-da-da. You have this anxiety. This 5 is this warrior passion. It's actually funny. A friend of mine I'm going to meet with in a couple of days, he has this number as well. And I looked at he was my barber at my wedding. He came in and gave us haircuts. It was super cool. And I was like, I'm doing your numbers, bro. We gotta get it done. And he's like, yeah, for sure. And I looked at his numbers and I'm like, hey, there's a fight going on in here. Like you're too hard on yourself. You expect so much of yourself. Like anything you do, nope, not good enough. Nope, faster. Like, oh my God, you made $1,000. You should have made 10,000. Like, okay, like there's a warrior passion inside of you that says, I got to get there yesterday. I want to get there moving. Like, what is it? 2 o'clock. So what is it, 17 hours. It's like you're up early in Australia, right? This 5 is like, got to get out of bed, move, let's go. And then the other side is like, I know how to get lazy. I know how to sit with my thoughts. But then I get mad at myself for doing that because I should be running. And if you want my opinion, go into meditation at the gym while you're working out at the same time. Go for a meditation while you're running and get into your flow state and your energetic spiritual state while you're in a state of physical motion. Things like travel, things like movement, like getting a open window in the house, getting outside of the house, working outside, going for a run, getting 10 things done at the same time, always having a bunch of stuff on your plate. These are the markers of the 5, okay? So just to know that you have that, it's a really powerful feel. But it's also the reason why you second guess yourself and you're negative against yourself. You fight yourself and nothing you do is good enough. It's like you're like your own worst enemy. And I'm like, yo, chill for a minute, for a second. The whole world be trying to take us down. They'd be giving us propaganda this and, like fear this. And you got to watch out for the government. You got to watch out for them. And you got to watch out for the big business. And everyone's trying to just like razzle dazzle you while they sell you an advertisement. It's crazy. I go to the gym and there's like 10 TVs all lined up side by side and different channel. And I'm looking at this like, I got to stop looking. Like somewhere during my run, I'll close my eyes and look in my mind because I'm like, fuck. I don't watch TV. One side is saying, oh, Trump scandal, Trump in Korea, Trump in business. They just want to Trump this, and then like the next news channel is like, Trump is the most, religious out there. And and then I'm looking and then in between is the food channel and in between is A&E and they're talking about kids they're going to scare kids by setting them into prison. And I'm like, stop. And I get a chance to see all of these weird little channels of everything, this propaganda. They want to sell it to you. The whole world be trying to take you down. Don't let them in your head. And I will give you advice, especially for, warrior over here. Forget your name now. Kate. Warrior over here. So fighter. Like you are a wizard, spiritual wizard fighter. Like there's a part of you that's super intuitive. You go by autopilot. You can get a lot done in a small amount of time. Like, lazy, 10 minutes ago. Okay, now let's start on the 2 hours worth of stuff I need to get done. And you'll still show up like a boss. There's a strong level of I need to be wealthy. So in case you're like fighting the dollar or you're fighting debt, it's a symbol of your depression. You should be out there spending money. And you're like, ain't no problem there. It's about making it and creating it and flowing into its abundance. Yes. Dual wizard, spiritual level of intuition. Just got a tap happy wallet here, okay? Like really wants to go and enjoy the finer things in life and to go and see things in the world. That's a good looking chart. You're just hard on yourself. Don't let the world in. Be the seed of change. Don't be someone else's fertilizer. Like, oh my God, that sucks. Hey, Lori, what's up, Rachel? Rosabelle, what's going on, Kylie? Thanks so much for joining. Basically, just I was for this last hour, I was telling everybody about all the cool things that are coming up. The app, the podcast, the events, and the Airbnb business, and the Enagic business, and the spiritual business, the numerology stuff, and we got all this cool, crazy things happening all at the same time. So I'm a little busy. It's been crazy. But yes, it's been an absolute wonderful and just enlightening spirituality experience. Getting married has definitely changed me for sure. But Kate, I'm going to throw a few of these at you, okay? I live by cliches now, apparently. Mightiest is the warrior who has conquered himself. Okay, that's I believe that's either Confucius say that, and then there's another one that the war is won in the mind before it is ever won in the battlefield, and that's a Lao Tzu. Okay, Art of War, the invincible is the warrior. It's a paraphrase. Invincible is the warrior that has there is no enemy without when there is no enemy within. And so there's a psychological battle that slavery still exists, but they got us as slave to this, a slave to this, a slave to social media. I'm a slave to my computer. I'm here all the time. We're comfortably put in places where we can be quiet. Go get a job, go be nice and quiet, go be a cog in the wheel. And a few of you are like, pling, like, no, I want to be an entrepreneur. And then, you go into that journey and it's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm just going to go back to being a cog in the wheel. And then a part of us dies because we didn't get there. And we're like, I'm just going to go get a job. I'm just going to go back to. Other people are like, no, I will not go back in. You will not bend me back in. I'm going to go. And that's why what I do is I create keys for people to unlock the crap they're buried in. But it's a super powerful experience journey to think that the whole world will be trying to get you. Don't let them in your mind. Do not let them in. You've got enough to deal with and enough to worry about. This is a really strong message for all of us here. We care so much about what other people think. We're worried so much about what we can do or what we can't do. We don't stop and smell the roses. We don't stop and just enjoy where we're at. We don't stop and just love ourselves. The most loving relationship you can ever have is with yourself, and you have to. Otherwise, how do you expect the universe to ever give you what you truly want and deserve? Or like, how about halfway manifestation artists? They're only paying attention to when they're paying attention. And then they don't recognize that the universe is manifesting out of control everything that they're not. It's like Sunday Christians. I go to church, but then Saturday night I was out partying, doing drugs. But Sunday I'm in church, hungover, but Jesus saved me. It's because they need Savior every single week. The same thing you are with like your actions that nobody sees are the ones that define you. So when stuff isn't going well, how do you show up? When things are falling apart, how do you show up? When you're not at odds, when you're at odds with you, you're not right with yourself, how do you show up? And I like to think that one of the reasons why what I do is like so spiritually powerful is because I'm here to help you repair the relationship that everyone's busted up around you. And it's not your fault. You didn't choose your name. You didn't choose your birthday. You didn't choose what school you went to. You didn't choose what parents you got. Maybe some people say you do. But you are born into this. Now, as an adult, now you have a choice. Like, now you get it, and your choice is no, I don't, no. Or it's going to be like, you know what? Maybe I should take a look at this stuff. Or like, you know what? I will not. I decide. I will not live my life like that. I will not. And you just make that decision. It's like, I'm not going back there. I'll say something. I've decided I'm not going to touch a hot stove. I've done that. Or or an iron as a kid, I've decided I'm not going to touch something that is too hot because it hurts. And sometimes we just don't recognize how many decisions we've made. Oh, I'm not going to do that business because it hurts. 222, by the way, in case anyone's like, oh my God, 222. It hurts, when you fail. And if you get hurt going skiing the first time and it was a miserable experience, I'm pretty sure you're probably not going to want to go again. I did. I love snowboarding. But the reality is that some people never get back up. That's why 90% fail. I'll tell you something. 100% of successful people fail. But 90% of people who don't, of everyone, is going to fail. This depends. How often are you going to go through and going to continuously doing that? So, you have to recognize that that's a real strong feeling in there. What's going on, Luda, my man? How you doing, brother? So just so we can kind of like put this whole thing into perspective. Failure is a part of the process. Being sure that you know what you're dealing with is like half of the battle right there. So cool. All right, let's keep going, guys. I'm gonna get going soon. I'm here overtime. Just woke up. Cool. Cindy, momentum is very hard to pull back. It's an energetic thing, whether good or bad, positive, negative. So what you focus on grows. What gets in the way is always subconscious. Ooh, nice. I like that. Cindy's a great, I had a wonderful time with you when we did our session together. I'm going to do it again right now. Let's go 9/17/59, like that. Another warrior queen here. Okay, like we got fighter passion, but we also have a very large loving heart, and we also have strong levels of business. There's a heightened sense of maturity, even just the way she says it, right? And 5, you're always in motion. So for you, momentum is really hard to break. It's easier to make a move around than it is to pull back. And like you're running, and then you're like, oh no, I need to go into the opposite direction. You can't just be like, and then just turn around. It's going to be easier to be like, let's just keep going, and let's just turn around, and that way we don't lose momentum. Small wholesale changes can change the direction or the final destination of your journey. So like small things. Oh, I buy a coffee every morning. I don't. Example. I'm going to make, and coffee's bad for you, or I have a pop or an energy drink, 1 a day, no big deal, right? If I stop spending $3 a day, and that's if I only drank 1 energy drink, I used to drink 3, so like $6 a day. And I make that one small change, in 50 years, I'm not going to have a liver that's like popping out kidney stones the way a Pez candy pops out like fucking candies. I'm not going to have like a shriveled up kidney that's like, I need my, I'm with guarine and taurine and all these weird looking like chemicals to keep me normal. And that was why I used to get irritated when I didn't have a blaze, when I didn't smoke any weed. I would get irritated when I didn't have an energy drink, or I couldn't have a smoke. And like you chemically start replacing crap in your life, and it has a really negative vibration on it. So making that small little 1 tick change is now 5 years later moved me into I feel like I no longer look green. I used to feel like I had weird green skin, and now I feel like it don't look too bad. I feel like I like the color of my skin. I can find different pictures of myself in the past where I looked really weird. I'm like, why I look like a neon color? I'm like, that's the color of my drink. And you are what you eat, right? So, and then it led into, hey, I got to exercise. Now it's just a small little exercise daily, no big deal. Or now I got to eat more healthy. Hey, it's just a small little salad instead of fries, no big deal. But these tiny little changes start to pile up. And by the time you're, 50 years later, you're like, wow, I screwed myself, or wow, that looks pretty good. I'm happy with this. So I guess I was young enough to make the change before it got too late. I still love me my fried chicken. I absolutely love to have dirty, greasy foods, but to introduce levels of discipline makes me feel like I actually give a shit about myself and I actually care about getting to the next realm in my life. Okay, cool. So yeah, cool. Thanks, brother. I appreciate you. Yeah, man. Let's continue onward. I got to get running here. Linda. Okay, you ready for this one, Linda? November 1st. So we're going to go here. We're going to go November 1st, 1980. 9, right? Yeah. Okay, so super sweet energy. Linda, I think we may have done this before. I think I may have done this before, where there's a part of you that doesn't look or act or feel your age. I did do this because I looked at your picture. I'm like, yeah, you don't look your age at all. 1980, you're like 4 years older than me, and you look like 10 years younger than me. So like, there's that feeling in there, a very, very strong vibration that shows up inside of that vibe. Where am I? Cool. And when we get a chance to see it, we're like, okay. First of all, she's going to stay really nice and young feeling. That's going to kind of bug her a little bit because there's a spiritual number 11. There's also leadership number 1. And there's also a giant heart number level 9. So while you look and appear young, you're probably like, man, I wish I felt that young. I wish I felt that young. It's like a show. Like that's what everybody sees. But what I feel, what I've gone through, the challenges that you have to go through when you see 11 in your chart are huge. It's almost like you're sent here to be this angel, but you have to get burned first. And that's kind of like what happens to a spaceship when it comes into the planet. It burns because you're coming in hot, and then you burn some stuff, and you land, and you're like fried, and you're like, oh. And then you have to deal with humanity, and that's like tough enough as it is. So my heart goes out to you in case you're dealing with that kind of stuff. Because I can see that you probably might. There's like a really large emotional range in there. There can be a lot of healing work that needs to get done. You may take it a little too seriously, and having fun is a really important thing. So I'm not saying become like a nun or anything, but you can definitely enjoy yourself, but within moderation, right? And that's one of those realities that think you have to have fun in order to survive. But if fun starts taking over hard work and discipline, then things can become really challenging. And the amount of depression that this thing can go under, it can be like, look, I got nothing else. I just have to have some fun. Otherwise, I feel like I'm not doing anything for me. I get you. I appreciate that. See my last 5 minutes about making a tiny, small, little incremental, no big deal change, and watch it compound over time. It says, you know what? When I wake up in the morning, I'm going to love myself. I'm going to say I love you to me 10 times out loud. Or I'm going to go into the mirror, I'm going to do woo, and I'm just going to do one of those and just like appreciate who I am, okay? So it's just one of those realities that we get. You're not unlike any other human being. People have to go through this all the time. So it's a wonderful feeling to know that you're here with us. There's your numbers. All right, guys, I'm going to run. It's been 90 minutes. I gotta get moving. How do I look like a Top Gun with my name? You got to make sure that the name's got the right letters in it. It's a weird thing to explain, especially to my boy Luda. Like it's like we grew up together, so it's like a weird conversation because he's seen me through like challenge and getting fired and losing relationships and just being a dumbass and having drug addictions and to be here with me again today, bro. I appreciate you so much for being mine. Hopefully everything's going great for you right now. And Cindy says, I don't have to tell you to go, Bobby. You're there and in your beingness, aka present time consciousness. Thank you. Be there always. Infinite love and gratitude. Thank you. Thank you, Cindy. I appreciate you being in my life. I appreciate you all you guys for being on. I appreciate all of you guys for being here. And do me, bro. Okay, let's see Luda's. I'm gonna do my boy Luda. Let's do it. Here it is, February 9, 1984. You ready for this, bro? Okay, let's do this. So, February 9, 84. This guy, all right, I'm going to let you guys know about my boy Luda. I just want to make sure I have this. And I'm pausing for, like, theatrical effect here. Want to put me to the test. He says, I want to put you to the test. So I add your numbers together. And when I add your numbers together, I'm actually going to do it like this. I want to see it this way because there's something pausing me, and I just want to, just because he's a good friend of mine, he's an old friend of mine. I'm just gonna take February 9. I'm gonna just a regular website here, 1984. And it's funny. It's crazy. The first time doing this. Knew it. Are you ready for this, dude? You can't unsee this. You can't. You won't be able to unsee this. So you're born February 9, 1984. Okay. When I look at this in numerology, I see it like this. And when I add those numbers up, I see it like this. So when I add those numbers up, I see it like this. So when I look at his birthday, it shows up Feb 9, 84. And then when I look at it even further, I see a number 2, a number 9, and then 1984 shows up as a number 22. When I add those numbers together, it adds up to 33. Pay attention, Luda. You're a life path 33. Now, this is a very interesting concept for me because you and I have been buddies and bros for a very long time. To know that you're a master life path, for me, makes a lot of sense. As a life path 6, this is friends for life, this is family, this is someone that you can absolutely rely on, depend on. He's going to give more of himself to others than he gives to himself. You're going to give more of you out than you will back to you. There in your name may show up with different numbers that also add up to your being. So there will be a side for you there, but the reality shows up that says you're a giver, and you giving to you is one of the more powerful things that you should be able to do for your life, okay? So when we see that number, we see strong in its ability to want to have family, or strong in its ability to want to be very loyal. When you fall in love, that's it, and that feeling is there. Partnership, good for friendship, okay? But then that 9 inside of you says, I want to take care and heal and work with others. Loving with animals. If you meet this guy, you'll know. He rescued dogs from Dominican. And he's very connected energetically to others, okay? There is a giant level of hard work and discipline at the very underneath of you that grows, and it grows even further and even more spiritual as you grow through time, okay? Yes, and so we can see that there's a big heart. It makes a lot of sense to me because I know this guy since I was a kid, right? And also a vibration of really hard work, and I'm your man kind of vibe. So he's a very good in partnership, always thinking about the bigger picture. And there's a stinging vibration inside that says, I want to be wealthy. I want to be wealthy, and I want to create it. I want it to be there for me. I want to have a balance between making money and also having a good love life. So I'll tell you something. You're making a really good dad, man. You're gonna make a really you're definitely make a really good dad for sure. I might steal you from your wife. Good luck, man. Anyways, when you're looking, do these numbers tell you if I'm compatible with other certain numbers? Yes, they do. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on the way my boy Luda wants to look at it, this life path you have is the most compatible with every single number. It works. It's like the perfect number. So he'll be really hardworking. He's also got a long-term vision. He wants to be super loving like a big kid, but he also knows how to be mature and raised like a family and actually know how to be responsible. He knows what to do for others, but also knows how to speak up for himself. So it's that balance between all things, okay? Doing a full-on read inside of your name would be identifying the problems and the challenges that you have. Maybe it's a challenge in receiving, or it's a challenge in loving and blessing yourself. Based on your birthday, I'd be like, the biggest problem you have is that you'll do everything for everyone else, but when it comes to yourself, you don't. And that's one of the biggest loving reasons why I would love the guy so much, is because he's always there for me. He's always been there for me. But then if we look levels deeper, when you're by yourself, you're not there for you. And that's one of the most biggest challenges ever, is that it makes friendship even more valuable to think, I'm there for you, you're there for me, we're there for each other. But yeah, I have some of these now. I was born in a 6-month. I'm born as a life path 2. I'm born in a 22 year. So I understand a lot of these numbers, the reason why we became friends the way we did. So cool, guys, I'm going to leave us here. I don't know where you saw this. If you're seeing this now, you're watching me doing this now, it's because you're here live on Facebook. So message out to me, like, add, follow me, whatever it is, subscribe. I don't even know what you guys do anymore. But follow my journey. It could be the most healing thing you ever go through in your life. If you have not done it yet, BobbyFParihar.xyz as a special treat for everyone who's watching. If you guys want to take me up on this, message me and say, hey, I was there, I was watching you live, or hey, I watched your replay. I got a special free gift for you. For any of you guys who are like, oh, dude, what's the free gift? You could use it as an extra bonus in your booking. So if you want to book a session with me, BobbyFParihar.xyz, we will extend it by 30 minutes. Anything, whatever one you pick. I'm going to give you an extra 30-minute bonus round. You could use it as a replay, a follow-up, or maybe give it to a friend or family, pay it forward, give it to someone else. Let's go and have that conversation around you. If you're like, I don't need a book session, what's my free gift? I will give you something to read that will be very, very powerful for you. It's an owner's manual just for saying thanks for hanging out. You know, you're going to have to catch me live to get these kind of deals. But for this one, it's a nice little gift to think, hey, you put up with me for 90 minutes. Why not, you know, share in a little bit of that? So I'll allow you guys to reach out for me for that. Write in the comments when you book your session, hey, Bobby, you promised me an extra 30 minutes, and I will remember. Otherwise, I won't remember. But go ahead and book your session in with me. It's the most powerful conversation you'll ever have. Let's build your brand. Let's build your business. What do you guys think about my plate? What's your favorite part? Is it app? Is it Airbnb business? Do you want to come to one of my events? Is it going to be my automated programs? Like what part tickles you the most about what I'm doing? Or is it the water? Let me know. Let me know. Absolutely. Would love to hear it. Would love to help you guys in your life. Thank you guys so much for watching. Luda, reach out to me. Let's go. You guys, I got something to tell you, so I really would be really powerful to talk to you, man. Absolutely message me. Let's connect. Let's reconnect. And I appreciate you all, you guys. If you're watching this and you're an old friend of mine, let's reconnect. If you're a new friend of mine, let's connect so that we can reconnect later. Or maybe we're old spiritual friends and we need to do a reconnect in this life. But whatever it is, I'm blessed, honored. It's a privilege and an honor to serve you, to give you guys value, to give you guys support. I will always be here for you. I'll always keep growing. So let's keep growing together, okay? Much love. You guys have a great night, great day, wherever you are in the world. We'll see you guys soon. Hopefully August was great for you. September's going to be even better. Other than that, guys, have a great night. We'll see you guys soon. All right, take care. Bye.